down to the pasture today, you know, with the old cellar hole on top, surrounded by the trees on this farm. But the difference today is we brought the metal detector along, and we're gonna head up there and see what we can find. Let's get going. I got a little bit of a late start today, so let's head up there and see what treasures we can find. And talking with the owners, I was asking about, or the owners of the farm, I was asking about the history of the place. There's that pesky wind again. But one thing she did share with me, I think it was her grandfather or her great-grandfather. The farm's down in that direction, so this was probably another farm at one time, but it's all on the same land now. One thing the owner shared with me, now their family purchased the farm, I think 1900, 1901, but they came up here and visited, at the time, the older gentleman who lived at the cellar hole at the top of this. And I believe they said his name was Mr. Ham. And she said her grandfather went up there to visit the gentleman, and Mr. Ham was inside the house. So he knocked on the door, you know, come in. So Mr. Ham, so as she put it, there was a ham on the table, a ham sitting at the table, and I think a pet pig or something inside the house, and a ham under the table. So thought I'd share that. That was kind of funny. Good thing about this time of year, I mean, I'm already sweating. I just, you know, it's above 40 degrees, I just start sweating. But there's no bugs really this time of year, and the ticks I don't think have quite come out yet. Maybe in another week or two I'll check my pants before I leave. But I have treated kind of a lot of my outdoor clothes with permethin. Basically make a diluted soak of this insect repellent, and you soak your clothes in it and you let it air dry. And supposedly it's good for about 5 to 10 washes, so I did do that. And I applied a little bit extra bug spray kind of along my pants where the ticks like to go. So I'm a little ways from the actual cellar foundation, which is right over there kind of near my blue backpack, right there. And as I'm back here, there definitely was some kind of structure right here. There's a square here, another one over there, perhaps a barn. Don't worry, I'll fill in my holes, but I'm finding a lot of interesting things. There's my pinpointer. A lot of interesting things in this area, and I'll show you a little bit of, let me shut that off, kind of what I found. This was rather interesting, huh? Well, there's probably two of the I don't know, 6 or 7 buckles I found. But right now is kind of my first kind of significant find, and I'm pretty excited about it. Got a small bell here. Pretty cool. You can see the hole right there. All right, oh wow, looks like I don't know what you call it. I don't know, the striker is still in it. So here's kind of the bell. There was no striker, it was a rock, but still pretty cool. We'll clean that up a little bit when we get home and see if we can find any inscriptions on that. It'd be kind of interesting to find out the date of that or the history of that. So we're going to continue on in this area right in here and see what other goodies we can find in here. So kind of walking around here, I've noticed there's quite a bit of structures. One right there where that birch tree is. One right here, and that looks like the entrance there. And you know, the cellar hole right behind me here. And kind of up over that hill, there's another kind of building there too. So here's some of the other items I found. I gotta put it all in a bag and carry it out. What do you think, Wonder Woman symbol? I don't know. This various little pieces of iron, latches, different things. It's the piece of leather I was telling you about earlier. And next time, I think down there's an old apple orchard that we're gonna hit right down in there. Right here, here's the remains of another outbuilding. You make out the square. It's kind of this indentation right here. Aren't these kind of these windswept trees pretty cool? Like right here. I can imagine from being windy up here, so often the trees kind of take on a shape. And this is an active pasture too. They put the dry cows out here and sometimes. It's pretty cool. It's a very, very rocky field. And there was something else I wanted to pick up from over here too, but now I can't remember. No idea where it went. Oh, here's one. Just a big metal. Looks like a spike of some sort. Just a big one. I'm gonna put that over there with the rest of them. I think I found something like 3 axe heads today. Quite a bit. Here's some of the other items we got. Here's that copper piece we found. There's a cool piece of glass there. Lead. Axe head, well used axe head it looks like. You know, rings. This was kind of cool. A little bit of a design on that. So we found something pretty cool here. I was getting a solid signal right down in this hole right here, and at first I pulled up a bunch of square nails. One of them was bent, so I actually thought that's what the detector was picking up. I just dug this up. It's a large flat button. You can see where the shank was right there. I think they call these dandy buttons. Pretty cool. So I think we stumbled upon something. Alright, you guys ready? What do you suppose happened to you? So, when I was researching this place, I came across kind of a brief summary that there was an Indian stone, or a Native American stone, in this pasture here. We're kind of walking along here, looking at all kind of the bigger rocks for kind of a indentation, and I think we found it actually. Where Native Americans would grind corn and different things, and I think this was the one that they were talking about right here. Not positive, but so yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'm thinking it's this one. We'll keep looking around and look for other ones. Over there's the old orchard. You can see the bunch of the trees right over in there. Nice breeze on top of this hill too, which is nice. So it looks like the farm's spreading the poo. You know that Sting song, Fields of Gold? Well, there's a Sting song called Fields of Gold. This is Fields of Poo right here.
You remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You forget the sun in this jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold.